Hello and welcome. My name is Tianna Christine, and today we are outside in nature. Hope you're enjoying the birds chirping, and they'll be the background for our practice today. And because we are outside, there may be voices that may pop up out of my control, but just giving you a heads up for that. So, this 30-minute flow is just going to be a relaxing flow. We might do a little strength building with our arms, so keep that in mind. But just something that it's going to be vibe of the nature, right? Outside, relaxing, hearing the birds chirping. So, just keep that in mind for today's practice. So, feel free if you like to have a block, blanket, anything that will make you feel comfortable, especially if you're going to be on your knees, to have something for your knees. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started in a nice, comfortable seated position. So, however that looks for you, just get yourself nice and comfortable, sitting up nice and tall. So, again, you can feel free to readjust your knees, maybe place a block up under you. And we'll first come to the breath. So, taking a deep inhale in through the nose. And on our open mouth, we're just going to let everything come out. Let it all out. And then we'll continue the practice with our mouth closed in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. That feels good. Let's take 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale. Just releasing all tension in the body. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. Take your chin down towards your chest on that exhale. Feel the stretch along the back of your neck. Inhale, breathe in. Take the chin up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, take the chin back down towards the chest. Inhale, taking that chin back to neutral. I'm going to take right ear to right shoulder. This is my left, your right. I'm your mirror today. Right ear to right shoulder. Just feeling that stretch along the side of the neck. If you'd like to extend this stretch, feel free to take your hand out, fingertips in line with the hip. Really feel that stretch along the side body. Oh, that feels good. Taking it back in, other side. Again, if you'd like to extend that stretch, fingertips in line with the hip. Being mindful that our shoulders don't come up towards our ear, that our ear comes down towards our shoulder. Doing what feels good for you, finding your feel. And take it back up. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Sweep the left arm over. Lean over, stacking the shoulders. Gaze up towards the ceiling. On that exhale, we're going to reverse, go to the opposite side. Gaze up towards the ceiling in the sky as you stack your shoulders. And take it back up. We're going to inhale, bring both arms back up overhead as we twist towards our right side, framing your body with your hands. Look behind you. You can also take that front hand right over top of the thigh. Look behind you. Lifting up nice and tall. On that inhale, bring the arms up to center and then over to the opposite side. Look behind you. And on that next inhale, bring the arms back up overhead, back to center. Exhale as we forward fold. So seated forward fold. Walk those hands out in front. Release the hands. Release the forearms. Breathe, tucking your chin in toward your chest. Just letting your lower body release. Letting your knees surrender. Maybe gently walking those hands over to your right side. Feel that stretch along the side body. Maybe you stack one hand over top of the other. Just allowing your body to breathe. and then walking it over to the opposite side. This feels really good. And then taking it right back to center. Just allowing your body to come down a little bit more if that's comfortable. And on that next inhale, walk it back up to center. We're going to take our knees, bring them together. Feet are going to be flat on the mat. Just take a moment here to lift up through the chest. We're going to come back to this pose a little bit more. So we're just rooting ourselves down. So I'm going to come off to the side so that you can see what that looks like. So we're grounding our sit bones, lifting through the chest. Our feet are going to be planted down on the mat. Just allow your body to lift. You can hold on to the knees as you lift your chest forward. And on that exhale, let's go ahead and stretch the feet out. Let your body relax. Taking a moment to flex your toes back towards your body. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale. We're going to bring one leg in towards the chest. Maybe you cross it over. Maybe you keep it right here, hugged in towards your chest, whatever feels good to you. Lift up. We're going to bring those arms up overhead. As we turn towards the knee, bring the hand behind you. That front hand can hold on to the thigh. Gently look behind you as you gaze up. And I want you to lift through the chest, looking behind you. If there's any stretch and pain along the neck, feel free to kind of come back to center, whatever feels good to you. We want to find expansion and opening in the hips and the shoulders and our back. Continue to look behind you. On that next inhale, as we bring it back to center, let's lift up through the chest. So remember, we're coming back to this pose. We're building on this pose. On that exhale, lower the feet down. Give it a little shake. We're going to go ahead on the opposite side. So lift that knee, hug it in towards the chest. And again, you can cross it over, or you can keep the foot right inside of the thigh. Whatever feels good to you. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Again, press through the chest, lift the chest forward. On that exhale, we turn towards the knee. Bring the back hand behind you. Bring that top hand to hold on to the thigh. Look behind you as much as possible. Remembering that back shoulder comes down. Very nice. Remember to keep looking behind you. If it feels uncomfortable at all, you can come back to center. And on that next inhale, bring it back forward. Lift up through the chest. Remember, we're lifting our hips forward and lower down. Exhale, forward fold. So bring your hands towards your feet. I think that was a mosquito trying to bite me. So flex your toes back. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a bump throughout the practice. We'll see. Flex your toes back. Again, you can also keep a slight bend into your knees as you lift your hands towards your feet. If the hands come towards the shin, that's totally fine. I want you to lift through the chest. So if the hands don't make it there, that's completely fine. This is completely optional. And as you get comfortable, you can always stretch your legs out. Imagine rooting your hips back, continuing to breathe. I have a mosquito that likes me now. Hopefully he won't stay around long. On that inhale, go ahead and bring your arms up. And exhale, take the hands down by your side. Gently bring them behind you. Fingertips extend behind you. Lift through the chest. Keep breathing. We're going to point the toes down and flex the toes back. And again, point the toes down and release. Bring those knees up towards your chest. Hug them in. Tuck your chin. As we take it around, we're going to go ahead and bring ourselves to our tabletop position. So in that tabletop position, I want you to just imagine yourself stacking knees, right underneath of your hips, stacking wrist right underneath of your shoulders, right? So stack them right underneath. Give yourself a little rock from left to right. Get yourself nice and stable here. Offering a gentle rock from left to right. And before we do our cat-cows, let's make a circle with our hips. So moving it all around. Again, if you're on a hard surface, feel free to place something under your knees or be as gentle as possible. Keep moving around in a circle. And wherever you are, we take a slight pause and we make our circles in the opposite direction. Feel free to work out all the snap, crackle, pops. I know I am. And then we're going to pause towards our heels. So bring your hips towards your heels for a gentle child's pose here. Forehead comes down. Press away with your fingers. Now you can have big toes to touch, and you can spread out your knees as wide as your mat, or maybe keeping your knees together, whatever feels comfortable to you. Gazing towards your hands, coming right back up. Again, this mosquito is not going to leave me alone. I want you to tuck your toes underneath, shift the weight back towards your heels. Gentle toe stretch here. Just allowing your body to relax, maybe even move out your hips if that feels comfortable to you. Bringing your gaze towards the hands, we lift up our knees for our first downward facing dog. So this is our first one as we pedal out our feet. Remembering to continue to move your hips. And then go ahead and bring those heels down to stillness. I might add some extra moves just because I'm avoiding the nature of the bugs. Gaze up towards your belly. Want to lift that right leg up towards the ceiling or the sky. Bending the knee, open up the hips. Continue to press the hands back. Remember that we're light in the wrist and heavy in the fingers. Straightening the leg, take the foot back down. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite leg, so lift it up. Bend the knee open, opening up your hips. Straighten the leg, take it back down, and we'll gently walk our hands towards our feet. This is our first forward fold, so just allowing your head to surrender down. We're in our nice forward fold. Let's grab opposite elbows for our ragdoll pose. Gently rocking from left to right. Maybe shaking your head yes and no. Remember to shift the weight into the balls of the feet. On that exhale, release the hands as we gently press into the feet, rising all the way up, bringing arms up overhead. On that exhale, let's go ahead and take those hands down by your side, remembering to continue to breathe as we gently take our walk to the front of the mat. Now, I'm outside, so I'm very warm. Don't know about you. Let's start our sun salutations to get our body a little bit warm here, all right? So, and on that inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky, slight back bend here. On that exhale, go ahead and bring your hands down, release the head, forward fold, taking a flat back. Plant the hands, step back as we flow it out. So you can take your tabletop position or you can push back directly to downward facing dog. If you'd like to flow it out, lower yourself down for chaturanga, push up to your upward facing dog, and then push back, downward facing dog right here. I want you to take 2 breaths as you gaze up towards your belly. As we come to our forward fold at the front or back of the mat, allow your head to surrender. On that inhale, slowly come all the way up. Bring the arms up overhead. Let's go right back into our sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Let's take a flat back. Plant the hands, step back as we flow it out. Taking 2 breaths here. Now again, we said this is going to be a nice gentle flow. So I want you to remember to take those pauses. This is our resting pose. Slowly coming to a forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, coming right back into your sun salutation. Remember to bend at the knees if that feels comfortable. Take a flat back. Plant the hands, step back, we flow it out. Let's meet into our downward facing dog. And when you get here, just take 2 breaths. We're going to lift that right leg up again. And this time we're going to bend the knee as we bring knee to nose. Bring it towards the hands. We're coming up for our high lunge. Stay on that back leg. Come up into your high lunge. Bend into that front knee. We're on the ball of our back foot. I want you to lift up. Lift through your chest. Very nice. Exhale, I want you to lower that inside hand down towards the inside of the foot. Maybe you take the opposite hand towards your hip, or maybe you bring the arm up. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Again, you're on the ball of that back foot. We're going to inhale, we're going to rise up in a twist, having your body in a T. Maybe you gaze behind you, maybe you gaze forward, keeping that knee tracked right over your ankle. This is where we start to bring that heat. We're going to release that back arm down as we gently rotate. Take the top arm up. Exhale, lower down. Windmill the hands down as we step back and we flow it out. We meet in downward facing dog. Remember to breathe. I'm going to bring the opposite leg up. Bend it, bring it through. Frame the hands. Come up for your high lunge. Keep breathing. Keep yourself nice and stable. It's all right if you wobble. Come right back. Lift up through the chest, slight back bend here. On that exhale, as we bring the inside hand down towards the inside of the foot, again, you can take that hand to your hip or maybe bring it up overhead, whatever feels good to you. Remember to keep breathing. And remember, we're going to press up. So press up, hands are to a T. Remember to press, look behind you. You can look forward, whatever's comfortable. Inviting a twist. Take the back hand down, reverse. There you go. Gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. On that exhale, lower it all the way down. Windmill the hands. As we step the foot back, we flow it out. Now, if these flows are way too intense, feel free to just push back to downward facing dog. At any point, you can take child's pose, whatever feels good to you. On that next exhale, coming to a forward fold. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, let's take those hands to heart center as we rest here in our mountain pose. So I'm just going to turn to face you, just taking a moment to pause. I want you to start with a little bit of balance, and we're going to open up those shoulders as well. So maybe if you'd like to hold on to something, feel free. Grab a wall, grab a chair that's handy to hold on to. We're going to do a little bit of balance here, all right? So I want you to focus on a drishti point, something that is not moving, all right? I will be moving, so don't focus on me. I want you to settle your feet. Get your feet nice and settled here first, as I make sure all the bugs, my bump is coming. So settle your feet down. We're going to begin to take the right leg up. So heel comes up, and then we hug the leg in. Maybe you hug it in with your hands. I want you to remember to rest yourself here. So get comfortable, grip the toes into the mat of that standing leg, lift through the chest, and just notice where you are right here. Remember, you can lift it up as high as you need to. It's your practice. Remember, you can always hold on to something if you need it. Remember to breathe. And as we slowly lower the leg down, shake it out here. Come into the opposite leg, hug it in. Remember to set that drishti point, whatever feels comfortable to you. Get nice and balanced and even here. And on that exhale, lower it all the way down. Go ahead and pedal your feet out, shake it out. All right, we're going to take this a little bit further, all right? Let's go ahead and bring that leg back up. So starting with the beginning leg, bring it up, hug the knee in. We're going to reach down towards the foot. Now, this is where you may want to hold on. We're going to hold on to that foot. Now, you can bend the knee down, whatever feels comfortable to you, bringing that knee down, or you can hug it in here, wherever you're comfortable. If you'd like to bring the knee down, you can tuck the heel right in towards the hip. So right in towards that hip socket. You can hug it in. Open up your hip. Open up your shoulders. So if you like to hold it in with one hand, you can. Maybe taking that opposite hand out. Remember to breathe. Finding strength within that standing leg. Maybe you hug it with the opposite hand and open it up. It's a little bit more tricky. We're going to release the foot. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite leg. So coming back in, hug it in. I want you to hold on to that foot. Again, you can drop the knee, whatever feels comfortable to you. You can hug that knee, hug the foot, whatever feels good. Find what feels good for you. Again, you can open up the hand, or maybe you want to find a gentle twist and open up the opposite. Gently bringing it back in. Lower the foot down. Go ahead and shake it out. Pedal the feet. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down. We're going to bring our hands down as we come down to a nice comfortable seat. So you can come down onto your knees. Take the knees to one side, gently coming down. So I want you to come down all the way onto your back. So lower yourself all the way down. Hug those knees into the chest. Give it a gentle rock from left to right. We're going to extend out one leg, nice and long, hugging in the opposite leg. As we cross that front knee over, all the way over our body, let it come down. Maybe taking that back hand out to a T, or making cactus arms, whatever feels good to you. Open up the shoulders, open up the hips. And on that next inhale, gently bringing it back in. As we swap the legs out, hug the opposite knee into the chest. There you go. Maybe giving it a gentle rock from left to right as we cross it over the body. Maybe taking that back hand out to a T. Look back towards your back hand. It's allowing your knee to surrender down, holding on to the top of the thigh. And on that next inhale, gently bringing the knee back towards the center. Come back onto your back, hugging the knee in towards the chest, giving it a gentle rock from left to right. I want you to hug both knees back in towards your chest. Hug them both back in. Having your lower back on the mat as much as possible. I want you to bring both feet up overhead. Flex your toes back towards your body. I've definitely gotten a lot more mosquito bites since I've started this practice. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Point the toes up towards the ceiling or the sky. Flex your toes back. Point your toes up and flex your toes back. And remember, your lower back is on the mat as much as possible. I want you to root down into that lower back. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Maybe this time being more intentional with the lower back. And we're going to bring the legs out nice and wide. Open it out. And then close the legs back in. We're going to take the soles of the feet to touch as we hold the top of the feet. Opening it out for happy baby. Just let your hips open up here. Bringing those knees down towards the mat. Open up your body. Maybe give it a gentle rock. Feels really good on those hips. Maybe bending one heel in, stretching out the other leg nice and slow. Or release and go the opposite way. You may notice one leg's a little bit tighter than the other, especially if your hamstrings are a little short. All right, bring them in. Take the soles of the feet together. Close the thighs up like a book. Take the feet down. Rest the feet along the mat. Knees bent. Maybe one hand rest on the belly and one hand rest on the chest. Just allowing yourself to breathe here in this moment. Now, you're more than welcome to place your hands overhead, whatever's comfortable to you, but just letting your body relax here. Feel free, if it's comfortable, to release the legs down. You're welcome to do so. We're going to just take a few breaths here in silence, just allowing ourselves to fully embrace the practice. Just letting your body surrender, toes relaxed, ankles soft, knees relaxed, lower back surrendered. Releasing your toes and your fingers. Melt your shoulders into the mat. Unclenching your jaw. And let your eyes get nice and soft. We're going to take 2 cleansing breaths here as we inhale in. Allow the chest to rise. And exhale out. And one more just like that. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like to get yourself ready for your day or your evening. If you'd like to start to invite movement into your body, I welcome you to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing your knees to one side, gently cradle your head, using that top hand to push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Bringing hands to heart center, thumbs into your chest. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today, thanking your body for supporting you in today's practice. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. I want you to take this energy off the mat and onto your day and share it with others because energy is infectious. I wish you a great, great day and can't wait to practice with you again. Namaste. All right, we finished a great practice. I hope that you enjoy this practice. And again, all of the feels when you're out in nature, you never know what's going to happen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I challenge you to share this with one other person. I can't wait to practice with you again. So remember to subscribe, tap the bell so you know when I go live. I have a live class every Saturday. Can't wait to practice with you again. Have a great one.